I'd like to explain the difference between the ISEE and the SSAT. Both are admission tests for prep schools, and prep schools do have a preference. We're not quite sure why, but in New Jersey and the Mid-Atlantic states, the ISEE is their preferred test. In the Northeast and in California, it's the SSAT. I'm holding samples from both of these tests, and these booklets can be obtained. They contain at least one practice test each, which students can score, so they can see how they would do. Each prep school has a different level of acceptability. Does a 720 make it at X school? At some it will, at others they'll say that's on the low side. We know of no prep school that has a true cutoff below which they'll never even consider you, because they're still certainly going to want to see grades, extracurriculars, and maturity. But the numbers, especially at schools where there are highly qualified people on grades and numbers, the numbers make a big difference. If you were studying for both of these tests, there's a big overlap, and I'll describe the difference. The ISEE has a type of math question that used to be on the SAT and has disappeared. It's quantitative comparisons. The ISEE has sentence completions as well. The SSAT has something that the ISEE doesn't. It has analogies. That used to be on the SAT as well. The ISEE is a little broader in scope. The SSAT slightly narrower, but it does put a premium on having good vocabulary. So there's a slight comparison here. The ISEE is a bit closer to the modern ACT, and the SSAT is fairly close to the modern SAT. They overlap enough that study for one really helps study for the other, so a student who really wants to cover all bases can do both. And the ISEE, unfortunately, can only be taken every 6 months, whereas the SSAT, there's no concern. You could take it every month for 5 or 6 straight months if you needed to. I hope this has been helpful.
Ivy bound.